Do you have insurance?
Why is he gonna propose?
Hey bro, it's not investing already. Hey, you book a hotel.
Hey, adult already, hello! Alright, welcome back to another episode of Adulting with Former Children with us, the Former Children. This is already episode 5.
Yes, 5.
That is crazy. So this is a podcast by Zero Media where we share our growing pains and learn from each other's mistakes as we grow up. Today's episode is special because we have our first guest.
Of the season.
Drop the thing.
Yay, congratulations.
Calm down.
I mean, welcome.
Congrats.
Congrats to us, but welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so okay, let's do a quick round of introductions. Yes. Hi, I'm Jin. I'm a chronic dieter turned ex-dieter.
Lemus here, I only exercise when IPPT is coming. Yeah.
Sure.
Really.
I'm Iyang. I just drank a 95% alcohol shot last night.
Did you?
I did. Oh my god.
Nice.
And it tastes like hand sanitizer.
Oh my goodness.
It's like pure ethanol.
Yes.
It's like crazy.
And apparently you were not supposed to take it like that, but now we know.
What was
It's okay, he's alive.
What was the alcohol called? I feel like
It's
I had
called
it before.
Diesel.
Oh, so you literally had Diesel.
No. The brand is called Diesel. I regret it.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that sounds really tense.
Alright, and our guest?
Oh, hello. I'm Alicia, and I am a strength and conditioning trainer and director of Division Athletics, which is a gym in the CBD.
Yeah.
Yes.
The gym. Damn cool.
Yeah. So, this is not that important, but Alicia is our school senior, and the way that she has progressed in her journey of physical well-being and fitness was like super inspiring. So I thought she was the perfect guest for today's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because today we are going to talk about physical well-being and how as adults we need to take care of our own physical well-being.
Especially now that we're older, yeah.
Yeah, because as we're older and we are midway into our 20s, you will start to realize that a lot of people are having issues, I guess. They're going for, health checkups, and then they find this in their system and they find that in their system. They have injuries from workouts, stuff like that. So I want to talk about how we as adults can take charge of our physical well-being and be the healthiest version of ourselves for 30-year-old us and our future children.
30-year-old us.
I love that. Love that.
Because I'm seeing a lot of my 40-year-old friends, well, the 40-year-old and 50-year-old friends that I have are the muttons. They have so many health complications.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, not too serious, but like the muttons will be, gout. My back
gout.
pain.
Yeah.
I need to go
really
to the chiro, stuff like that.
I think even for myself, right, I'm getting so much more aches. Like I'm just carrying like my back. Like I swear I'm carrying lesser weight than I did in primary school. Primary school brings some books, textbooks, right? Yeah, and I'm getting aches there. My shoulder hurts a lot. I go
You know
home
why? Because you never exercise.
Yeah, probably, right? And then also like I think just physical well-being to me is like just getting rested, feeling like you're at a peak of a game every day, But right now I'm just usually just feeling lethargic.
So you're not at the peak of your physical wellness.
Definitely not.
So to you, physical wellness is like feeling at the peak of your performance.
Correct.
Okay.
Like ask me run to perform, I'll like run it right now for you. Okay,
Wow. Okay.
But I'm pretty confident that I'll just drop off halfway.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm not my peak.
Then Ian, what about you? What's your idea of physical wellness and where do you think you are at now?
I think my idea of physical wellness is less about peak performance, but it's more about self-confidence. I want to be able to like look into the mirror and be like, okay, I look good. Like this is where I want to be. Not yet lah,
Right.
but do we ever look into the mirror and be like, yes, this is perfection? I think that's a bit narcissistic, right?
Just some lies that I tell myself some mornings.
I woke up like this.
So I guess your physical wellness definitions are a little bit different. Okay, so for me, my definition of physical wellness firstly is defined by how well I can poop.
Okay.
Interesting.
So
Yeah,
important.
Yeah, that shit's important.
So important.
I got it. Shit's important.
That's one thing, but also it's just having the energy to do everything that you do, like the physical energy. So we all have different definitions of physical wellness, right? But we have our expert here, Alicia, to tell us, in your opinion, and you working in the fitness industry and all, right, what do you think is physical wellness?
Well, I think for me, physical wellness is about moving well And also about, like, I think what you guys said is really true about, like, feeling good and about feeling good about how you look. I think these are all things that are quite important. But I think for myself, the way I don't really see it is like, okay, I don't really think of it, oh, am I at my peak of my performance? Or where is my peak? I think it's more of a journey. So, I mean, for every kind of journey, there's always like ups and downs, right? But then you always want to be improving yourself. And I feel like for fitness, there's a lot of different ways you can improve yourself. Yeah, so for me, I think physical well-being is all about finding an outlet, especially since I know most people, they have like desk jobs. They're like really stressed every day where they have deadlines and then you have meetings and stuff like that. I think luckily I don't have to deal with that most of the time. Yeah, but I think it's really important that people find a way to just like, do something that they love. It doesn't have to be like lifting crazy weight. It doesn't have to be like running damn fast. It can be something like playing a game that you like, playing sports with your friends. Yeah, so I think there's like a lot of different ways that you can be a better version of yourself, basically. Just find something that you like to do. Yeah, and I think for boutique studios or for fitness studios, it's a nice place to kind of like explore, you know, find something that you like to do. And if you don't like to do it, then it's okay. There's always like other options, right? And the way me and my partner see it, we are just trying to create a space where people can find something they'd like to do and that they can find a setting where they can actually track progression. Yeah, so I think progression is quite an important part. It doesn't have to be like in terms of weights that you lift, or it doesn't have to be in terms of things like, oh, okay, I can do X amount of reps in X amount of time. I think it can just be things like, okay, like, you know what, I feel better today, I feel less tired. Or maybe like I went to the gym like 3 times instead of like 1 time this week. Yeah, it's all about stuff like that.
Like, as long as you feel better than your previous days, I think that's quite...
I think that is important. But also, I think it's also important to recognize that there's some days where you don't feel good. Like, I mean, I'm sure like if you guys have, you know, exercised consistently before, you realize that at the beginning, okay, every day suddenly you're making improvements until you hit a point where, oh, suddenly you plateau or you have like a bad day and you don't know why. And it could be for a lot of reasons. Like a lot of times people, like, they come to me and they say, oh, I don't know why, like my lifts today, like they suck. Last week I was doing so much better. I don't know why today I'm performing so badly. Yeah, and then I'm just like, it's okay, you know. You don't have to like be hitting your PR every day. I feel like people have that misconception, like when they jump in on a fitness journey, they feel like, okay, you know what, every day I'm going to be working towards this goal and we're going to be making like consistent progress towards the goal.
I feel that. I
know
feel
what I mean?
that. Yeah, I totally know what you mean. I like the part where you said you think that it's like an outlet for things that you keep inside. So like stress from work or like this nauseating feeling from like just looking at a screen the whole day. You need the physical outlet for it. And then also the part where you said helping people find things that they like. I really agree about that because, I mean, years ago when I first started trying to get into fitness, right, I would just do like HIIT and running non-stop. But I hated it. Like, I mean, every single workout that I did, when I went for a run or when I did HIIT, right, I would feel good-ish after the workout, but I wouldn't really look forward to the sessions. So one particular aspect where I found balance in was weight training and spinning. So for cardio, I love doing spin, and for strength, like weight training, I like to hit the gym. So I think that was revolutionary for me in the sense that I realized that I don't have to do all the recommended workouts by influencers or be able to follow HIIT programs and feel amazing and be able to finish a 12-week HIIT course, something like that. Yeah, so I guess that balance and truly finding what you want to do is important. Yeah. So for Yi-Yang, I know that you were very into F45 at one point in time.
I wouldn't say very, but I went for a 2 weeks trial.
Oh.
It was very fun.
You went like almost every single day.
It was a trial.
They had
You gotta milk the trial, guys. You must milk the trial.
Exactly. So I was like, let's just do it. And I was training for my IPPT.
Right.
It was a double like motivation for me.
So do you guys feel like joining classes in like boutique gyms or, you know, just gyms in general fit better with your fitness routines, or do you rather use outdoor spaces or, you know, whatever that's available to you, or even like home workouts?
Can I just say that I hate working out? Let's just start it off there.
Maybe you haven't found something that you like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, maybe there's some context. So at the start of the year, I stopped working out. And last year, I built this routine for myself that I found very helpful, that I'll wake up every morning early and then I'll do like 20-30 minutes of at least like, you know, body weight exercises. And I found that quite helpful to myself. I saw changes and I really liked it. And then the routine just stopped one day, it just died. It wasn't even a vaccine or anything. Like,
you were doing this, Zero.
oh yeah, work happened.
it's
Work
work.
happened, and then it just slowed down, and then it just trickled into nothing. Like no more exercising. I don't do my morning exercises anymore, and I realized that I'm no longer able to do that 6:30 wake up in the morning routine. And I think maybe it's because of exercise or the lack of.
Then Clem, your workouts, you said they are non-existent, but at any point in time, did you like your fitness routine?
So I think the closest I had to like a fitness routine was like really IPPT. So usually what I do is
not
like
a fitness routine.
Yeah. So like
It's a goal.
like a goal, right?
Okay,
Like
okay.
6 months before, I try to like do more push-ups, sit-ups, and then because there's like the simple thing that I know what to do. Because I'm not educated about like how different kind of workouts train what kind of body, kind of thing. So I'm just more of something that trains most of it lah, and then it's more directed towards IPPT because IPPT is push-up, sit-up, and then running, right?
Right.
I think usually I feel really, really great after like the workout as well. But then it's like the next day, then it's like, oh, I had something on there, I didn't do it, right? Then it just slowly became like, oh, I just forgot about it. Then you won't have it at the back of your head, oh, I didn't exercise today. It just doesn't,
It's always finding the motivation to keep going or to make it a habit that's always so hard to achieve, I feel, especially for me.
So I guess like maybe one of the biggest reasons why some people, they just like start and then they slowly burn out towards the end and stop doing it is because maybe it's a way you didn't manage to find a way to incorporate it into your lifestyle. Like you have to squeeze the workout into your life instead of making space for it in the first place.
So do you actually plan like a slot, is it, to exercise every day?
Yeah. In my life, right, I have a particular slot to put in workouts every day, and that slot is usually 2 to 5 p.m. I mean, that's my privilege because my work ends at 11 a.m., right?
Yep.
And then for some of my friends, they dedicate maybe 6 to 8 p.m. to their workouts, something like that. But I mean, Alicia, you would know because you work with so many corporate workers in your gym, right? Like how often do they come, and who are the ones that really regularly come?
Oh, yes, I think what you said about prioritizing, I think for me, actually what I observe is that those people who make fitness part of their life is that they really prioritize it. I mean, work is important and most people can't escape having a full-time job. So I think like what I see is that they really make their routines. Actually now for our morning classes, it's getting really popular because beyond people coming back to the office, there are people who also like they make that effort to come in because that's the only time they can work out. Usually sometimes they have like 9 a.m. meetings, which is an ungodly time. They work international hours, so 7:15 a.m. is like the only time they can work out, and they will make that trip. Like I will see like a regular every single day, like 7:15 a.m. is something that they really like incorporate into their life. I think I'll also say it's about figuring what works best for you. Like if you're a person who knows that, okay, if I don't work out in the morning, by the time it gets to at night, I probably have no mood to work out at all. Then I can like have some of regulars. I know that they will come in the morning, like especially because they know that they will slack off at night, or they will feel like they have no motivation to work out anymore at night.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, or there's also like other people who they are more night owls, so they prefer to sleep in a little bit more. But then they will find some time at night to just work out. So I know because sometimes work can get quite hectic, but I do have friends who, when they are running campaigns, when they have like busy periods, they will work until 7, maybe like take an hour off to go and run or to like attend a spin class or attend some kind of workout class, and then they'll come back and work again. I think like what you said is like finding space in your life to slot in your workout whenever you can.
Yeah.
But I think it's also important to understand that there will be busier periods where you just cannot work out as much as you would like to. Like let's say for example, maybe you set aside, you think, okay, I think 4 to 5 days a week is good, but maybe there are just some periods that are just extremely stressful and you only can fit it in like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And maybe they're not like as long a session that you like. Yeah, so I think it's okay. Yeah, I think that is totally fine as long as you keep that habit going. Like you just remind yourself, okay, you know what, it's a busy week, but that's okay because next week I know it's not so busy. I can still go back to my usual routine.
Agree.
Yeah, so I think it's really all about making space in your life to work out or to, contribute to your own physical well-being.
You constantly be aware that, you know, this is important.
Prioritizing it. I think that's what is really important, to prioritize it.
And I guess like at this point, some of us, we might not feel that our physical wellness is a priority because we have so many goals that we want to achieve, like outside of physical fitness, and that's completely understandable. But then I feel like a lot of the people that I know who do put their physical fitness as one of their priorities, they generally do have a lot more vigor and energy in other aspects of their life, which is what I completely respect and which is what I tried to emulate as well. And I'm on week 3 of doing that.
Great.
Nice. No, it's good. It's good. I think it's nice that you create like this kind of routine or checkpoint for yourself. You know, I know some people like they give themselves like even F45s, like F45s, BFTs, like these kind of like franchise gyms, they do have like 8-week challenges, that kind of thing, which is great, and people do make progress through that. So I think having this sort of like time-based goal for yourself, that is quite beneficial because you can literally track your progress from day 1 all the way until like the end of maybe like your week 12. But also I think it's good that once that week 12 ends, you think, okay, so what's my next goal?
Right.
It's not just within that 12 weeks. You need to like find different goals for yourself throughout your entire physical well-being journey.
Right. So like think about what do we want to achieve from being active or like physically well, and consider what benefits it could bring us and prioritize in getting those benefits.
Actually I think what Clem said about IPPT is actually pretty relevant, like working towards a goal. You know, because a goal doesn't have to be
not a bad track, but on track.
Because a goal doesn't have to be like, okay, I want to accomplish a lot of things, I want to PR for this. It can just be like, okay, you know what, maybe I'm engaged, I'm going to get married, I want to lose weight for my wedding, or I'm going to change my IPPT, I want to get gold, or I want to get silver, you know, that kind of thing. It can be a goal that appears in like, you know, your life.
Agreed.
Maybe just curious as well, like for especially for your members as well, do you find like a lot of people go with friends? Or is it usually they're more like solo people? Or I do have friends to go with friends, then it makes it easier to like, or you know, like, oh, hey, let's go to the gym today.
Be accountable
then, like,
to each other.
Then like, oh my god, hey, don't pangse, kind of thing, you know?
I would say that there's actually a pretty good mix. There are people who come with their friends, like they want to try a new gym together, or maybe they're just like, because the boutique industry, there's a lot of variety, and people sometimes they like to visit new gyms together. So usually like a group of people might come from one gym and visit another gym, that kind of thing, just to check out the programming and see how it's different than their usual. And there are also friends who are like, maybe they're like new to fitness and they just want to try it together, because it can be intimidating to try like a new gym alone.
Very. Oh my god.
I remember.
So I can totally understand like why people come with friends. Like actually I have a group of regulars, they have supported us from the beginning, and it's like super cute because they have a group chat, and then they have an Excel sheet, and then they will like indicate when they're coming, and then they'll be like, hey, okay, since you're coming, then we'll come with you. So it's like so wholesome. I love it. It's so cute.
The community is really, really cute.
And these people, they're in their like late 20s, 30s. They have full-time jobs, really like super busy hustlers, and then they will make time to just do this because they feel like it's so important.
Nice.
Now you know, if you don't have friends, go to Division and make
some
I'll
friends.
be your friend.
And I also love like making friends with the instructors at boutique gyms. I feel like it makes the workouts a lot less daunting when you get to know the instructors as well. So I mean, we are talking a lot about routine and like community building. That's pretty cool. And this thing about routine is particularly important in physical well-being, I feel, because the thing about physical well-being is you don't have to push yourself so hard till you're dying in every single workout to feel that you had a good workout. So the way I see it, and this is thanks to a book that I read late last year and earlier this year, it's a book called Atomic Habits. I would recommend it to every person, every adulting human. I would recommend this book because it teaches you the power of small habits that build over time. And the motto that I learned from the book is to never miss twice. So this never miss twice might seem like, so you have to do the same thing every day, and if you miss once, the next day you can't miss it again. So let's say you've been going for a workout every single day, and then this one day you feel terrible, you decide not to go. The next day you have to bring yourself back into it, and that's how you build a routine. But you don't have to push yourself to do the most extreme every single day. So on some days, right, it could be something as simple as putting on your shoes and going for a 15-minute walk. that still plays a part in your routine. So as long as there's staccatos, you are just doing that routine of putting on your shoes and going for a walk or a run or a workout. That's very helpful in the routine building process. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for the physical fitness part. The next part of this episode that we want to talk about is rest, because if you put out a lot, you will also have to take in some to recharge. So let's just take a quick break now, and we will come back with rest and exercise. And we're back. Okay, so we rambled a little bit about physical fitness for a bit before the break. And now we want to go into post-workout, like how do you charge yourself and how do you rest enough to keep your fitness routine going and make sure that your physical well-being as a whole is taken care of. Because if you're always like exerting energy every single day without the proper input, then what becomes of you? What's left of you if you're always giving and not like getting back, right? Okay, so we're gonna talk about sleep, which is, I guess, one of the biggest factors of how well rested that we feel. Currently, how are your sleep schedules? Don't look so guilty about it. Just be honest. How are your sleep
I'm
schedules?
not very guilty about it. I sleep at like 12:30.
Oh.
And then I wake up at 7:30.
Hey,
That's good. That's
good.
good.
Healthy,
That's not
yeah.
bad.
7 hours of
surprised.
rest, army. You know.
As in that's the ideal, but
Yeah,
sometimes
ideal.
it's a little bit lesser.
No, but you
or a
wake
little
up
bit more.
really early for someone who has the whole day for himself. You know, like you don't have fixed working hours by a company, right? You impose it on yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's my mindfulness time in the morning.
yeah,
It's me and my plants.
Instead at
Wow.
night, then he
Hamster.
pushed it to the morning. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it started off with the exercising thing, like I said, right?
Mm.
But now my room is full of plants, so I don't even have space to do a sit up anymore or push up.
Here.
Yeah, so I wake up and then I water my plants.
Wow, that's cute. Clem?
I usually aim for 6 hours of rest. Like despite what time I sleep, I just try to aim at 6 hours. But usually my sleeping schedule right now is I sleep around 2:30. Then I wake up at 9. Or like if I'm at Jurong at my other house,
Right.
I wake up at 8:30. So 6 hours lah. But I think sometimes it's just that I'm not sure about you guys, but usually what I do is so like although I put at 2:30, right? But I'll like watch a quick YouTube video at 2:30, then like at 2:45, then I feel a bit tired already, I'll go and sleep.
Yeah.
But sometimes
yeah.
it extends. I got the Apple Watch recently, right? When I told them like I want to sleep at 2:30, then wake up at 8:30. They will let me know like in advance in 30 minutes, like, oh, it's time to wind down.
Right,
I think
right.
it's quite cool. Like basically like just stop thinking so much, like, you know, just start to chill and then get into sleep and then let your mind rest before you actually sleep. That's quite good lah. That's what I've been trying to do. But sometimes I just like have to watch a video like in the dark and then like my eyes feel tired. I just like okay, then I can sleep already. I'm not sure about you guys. Yeah.
But you shouldn't look at a screen before you sleep.
Correct.
Yeah.
That messes you up, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Alicia?
Me? Okay, I would say compared to the past, now my sleep schedule is a bit more erratic simply because of like the hours I work. So
Yeah.
on a day where I teach a morning class, I would get by like 5.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
But on a day that I don't teach a morning class, I can wake up pretty much any time before 12. I mean, pretty much any time, like, just any time.
Oh, wow.
I just have to be awake to teach like the lunch class or the evening class.
Right.
Yeah, but for me, I just cannot physically sleep. I don't know why. I think it's like habit.
Yeah.
So you like wake up, is it like naturally?
Yeah,
is it?
yeah. But usually I wake up at like maybe like 7:30.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
normally. But I think it's good because I don't want to like have my sleep time so far apart. Like
Correct,
every day, like day to day. I cannot just sleep like however. Like my partners, they can sleep like anytime. They can like not sleep for very long and then like sleep a lot. But for me, I
Yeah.
need like a routine.
All right.
Yeah, so I would say like if I'm teaching a morning class, I will try to sleep by 11. Yeah, but now I realize that I have this trend where on the day where I'm not teaching a morning class, I'm like, oh great, finally it's my time to relax. And then I will fall into the trap of trying to like earn back my relaxing time by doing more stuff at night.
Right,
And then,
revenge-
yeah,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's
Revenge
like you-
procrastination.
Yes,
is
yes,
that what
yes.
it's called?
Correct.
Yeah.
I have
there's a
that, I
word
have
for
that.
it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
revenge
So
procrastination.
I'm trying to not do that so much. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to sleeping earlier, but now I realize I can't because your body really adjusts to sleeping later.
Yeah.
Correct,
Then
correct.
now I find it harder to sleep earlier when last time it used to be easier for me.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
you get older, like the body
Yeah.
clock really starts to.
Yeah,
like,
man.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm still trying to. I would say
Solidify.
I am still trying to figure it out, but I would say, okay, on the days that I work mornings, usually I have like a bit less sleep, maybe like 6 hours plus. But on the days where I'm not working, I would definitely sleep for like 7 hours or maybe even like 8 hours sometimes.
Yeah,
it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
I'm pretty surprised that most of us here actually sleep like 6 to 7 hours a night. Because I know
I feel
people.
like it's a minimum.
I can't do that 4-hour sleeping life. It will like cause my whole life to suffer.
Maybe that's part of adulting, guys. Because I know that in uni, right, I know so many friends who are just sleeping like 4 hours a day.
Yeah,
4,
actually,
5
I didn't know
hours a
how
day.
like uni students did it. Like back in uni, I will sleep at 10:30 every day, and I work at 5:45 every day, like throughout
exactly.
uni. And then everyone's
Interesting.
like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, bye."
Yeah. Alicia did that, and I was the
I
one
was
who
so
told you you are
disciplined.
crazy.
I was so disciplined. Now I'm just like, yeah, YOLO.
But then you are like very painfully aware of the fact that we need the 7 hours of sleep. Yeah, because I feel like maybe in uni, right, we would just be like, oh yeah, it's just like one night. I have to stay up the whole night and just do it. And like I know friends, hi Val, who would really sleep when the sun is up.
Oh my god,
Actually,
yeah.
that's me sometimes. I just have to rush out like an essay, you know.
Yeah, like I just remember we used to do that, but perhaps like because we have the memory of how bad it was for our bodies, maybe in our adult lives we try to minimize
I think
that
that's
kind of
good. Yeah, that's good.
that kind of sleep burnout or something like that. Okay, but one thing that I really want to fix about myself when it comes to sleep and rest, right, is I want to start taking less naps. It's so ironic because I just took a nap before this
Right
podcast.
before.
I was on the sofa taking a nap. But there was this point in time I was napping at least 2 hours a day. Yeah. Napping 2 hours a day. So, well, I mean, I have to wake up at 6 a.m. for my work, right? And then once I get home, it's about 12 p.m. And because I would think to myself, oh, I woke up so early, I can definitely sleep in. Well, like I start my days maybe 2 hours earlier than most people, so I can sleep sleep
extra
2 hours.
2 hours.
You know, but it became such an unhealthy habit for me because I didn't feel well rested after the 2 hour naps.
Yeah.
I would feel extremely groggy. My head would be
I
foggy.
think a nap is too long.
Maybe it's a bit long.
Yeah.
Power naps usually is like
20 minutes.
10,
Yeah.
20 minutes.
So I found myself not being able to wake up if I took 20-minute naps. Yeah. So my goal right now is to actually sleep less in the daytime and just dedicate all my sleep to nighttime instead. So sometimes I'm like lights off at 10:30 p.m. and I sleep all the way till 6 a.m.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I hope it's been working. Dear body, please respond.
Maybe you can try sleeping on like tables instead of like lying down and sleeping.
Sleeping on
no,
table?
like
Not get too comfortable.
correct. Because what I do last time when I study, right? Wow, I study late into the night. I get them tired, right? I just stay around 15 minutes just sit on the table, and I'll just wake up.
Actually, I
Can
But that's
disagree.
me lah. That's
Can
me
you
lah.
sleep like that? I feel like
I mean, if you're
I can sleep anywhere.
can't.
I'm like,
Oh, okay,
doing
okay.
exchange like on fixed bus, right? I sleep anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if
Like, I love
you're
it.
exhausted, you can sleep anywhere.
Correct,
But I
correct.
feel like that. I don't think that's a good thing. Like, I'd rather that you get that 20 minutes of quality rest than 20 minutes of uncomfortable sleep just to be able to wake up.
Maybe just me lah. I feel very comfortable.
I mean, we have different ways of making it work for every one of us, right? Yeah, so, well, I'm proud of ourselves. I guess, in a way, we are half adults in that kind of way.
Half adults.
Yeah, we are responsible in making sure that we get enough sleep.
Yeah. Although I would say that there's like two kinds. I do have friends also who like they still sleep very little every day.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 hours. I think because of the revenge procrastination
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like they will be like so stressed on work, so exhausted. Then at night, like, fuck it, I'm gonna go and
personal time.
I need my me time. And then they will like binge watch shows or they will go out and then I don't know, play mahjong, do something like. And then they will have like so little sleep. And then the next day it's like repeat.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, so
like,
there's different kinds of
yeah,
people.
and no shame in that as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
YOLO, you only live once, you're only young once. So just
Well, I mean, I do have to remind you that, okay, so I'm just going to quote something from the NHS, and I think that this is important that we remember this, that
Okay.
regular poor sleep puts you at the risk of serious medical conditions, including obesity, coronary heart disease, and diabetes, and it shortens your life expectancy.
oh my god.
So, yes.
Sadness.
Don't need
That's
live so long.
dark.
I mean, I feel like it's still the most important thing, right? Is that you listen to your body.
Yeah.
Correct.
And people tell you 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, but I do feel sometimes I just can't sleep that many hours. Like even if I go to sleep at like 12:30, sometimes I just don't want to sleep 7 hours. I just can't. I'll wake up earlier, and like if my body tells me I don't need that rest, then I don't need it lah.
That makes sense also.
Fine,
you don't have to enforce like a strict sleeping schedule for yourself. Like be a little flexible with your lifestyle and see what works for you. Listen to your body.
Experiment on like 6 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah, and I think that's what we should focus on in terms of physical well-being. Always listen to your body. Your body has amazing natural cues that gives you cues about hunger, the need to work out, the need to hydrate.
Exactly.
Yeah, so our bodies are pretty amazing. Make sure you listen to it and don't abuse it so much.
Don't abuse it until it goes out of whack and it doesn't know what to tell you anymore.
Yeah,
exactly.
Beyond repairs.
Yeah. So, okay, I think that's pretty much it for today's episode of Physical Wellbeing. We talked about output, physical fitness, and input.
Rest.
Yeah, rest. I hope every one of you listening will be able to have a very balanced input and output in terms of your physical well-being. All right, next up on Adulting with Former Children, we're going to talk about mental wellness, our mental health, talking about our anxieties and stresses and how we deal with these stuff. And so we also decided to start something really cute for Adulting with Former Children. Every single episode we will end with a quote that we like. And this week's quote, I chose it because it's a quote that I try to live by, and it is a line from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear.
Nice.
The quote goes, "Too often we fall into an all or nothing cycle with our habits. The problem is not slipping up. The problem is thinking that if you can't do something perfectly, then you shouldn't do it at all."
So true.
Yeah. So don't try to be perfect with your habits. Just try to be consistent with them.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, cool. I think we can end off today's episode here. Thank you, Alicia, for joining us. Our
Thanks
first
for
guest.
having us.
I hope you had fun. We had fun.
I had fun.
Yeah.
Okay, great to hear. So, to the listeners, remember to leave us a good review, a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Remember to also follow us and subscribe to us on wherever you're listening to us right now.
Yeah, so do follow us on Instagram at Zyrp Media, ZYRUPMEDIA, and our personal handles as well. You can find me at Clamus Pang, GGCLAMUSPANGG.
You can follow me at JINXYO, that's Jingxiu.
I'm Eng Yang, NGYIYANG.
And Alicia.
And you can find me at Division Athletics SG.
Nice. And I think that's it for today. Bye.
Thank you guys for listening. Bye.
Do you have insurance?
Why is he gonna propose?
Hey, bro, it's not investing already. Hey, you book a hotel.
Hey,
Hey, buy car already.
Hey, adult already. Hello.